I am excited to share this news. We're going to talk about a miraculous healing powder called Diatomaceous Earth. That's it right there. I've got it mixed in with some zeolite, and I also have the shungite stones in there. Guys, this is something that carries a negative ionic charge. This literally vibrates, and I'm about to break it down for you and tell you what all we can use it for. But if you currently are suffering from high cholesterol levels, high blood pressure, you're a little obese, you've got intestinal parasites in general, bronchial inflammation, kidney or urinary tract infections, irregular bowels, if you have vertigo, if you're suffering from headaches or migraines, if you have tinnitus, if you suffer from insomnia, or if you just have any kind of inflammation in general. Guys, all forms of sickness are a result of inflammation in the body. If we can figure out how to decrease this inflammation, restore the intestinal flora in the gut, and detoxify the liver, sickness and disease will not manifest in this state, in this vibration in the body. We need to learn to increase our vibrations if we're going to heal our body effectively, and this powder is one way. You can start taking this on a daily basis, and it's really going to help you, and this is the reason why I'm excited to share this. Diatomaceous Earth, food grade of course, is an all-natural product made of tiny fossilized water plants or algae. It's naturally occurring sedimentary mineral compound from microscopic skeletal remains of unicellular algae-like plants called diatoms. These plants have been part of Earth's ecology since ancient days. This is very old. It's made primarily of 3% magnesium, 88% silica, 3% calcium, 3% sodium, and 2% iron. Other trace minerals include titanium, boron, manganese, copper, zirconium. See, we need the boron because we need to decalcify our pineal gland. That gland has got to be secreting high vibrations to heal the body. We've got to learn to retain these oils in our body to heal our body. And that boron, we're all deficient in silica currently. We need the silica to develop healthy hair, skin, nails, bones. Silica helps the collagen production in the body. So if you want to have younger looking, vibrant skin, if you want to rid some intestinal parasites in your body, you need to start consuming this on a daily basis. In my opinion, I have not seen one case that has not benefited from taking this when they've started taking it. I challenge you just to read all of the claims on the internet, because there's many testimonials that go with this DE, and it's quite miraculous, guys. It's quite miraculous. There's really not much that it won't do for you if you start taking it on a daily basis, because, we've all got inflamed mucous membranes currently. When you get sick, your mucous membranes that are attached to your cells become inflamed. They get inflamed from this overgrowth of candida that we've got currently within our body. This is a low vibration. We're literally resonating in low vibrations because of this overgrowth of candida. This overgrowth of candida turns into a fungus. This fungus turns parasites, and we've got parasites from the bottom of the feet to the crown of the head. Let me tell you, it is a zombie apocalypse out there with the parasitic conditions that people have in their body. You think you only have them in your intestines, and I'm going to beg to differ. Not only are they in your intestines, but they're all the way up your spine and inside the brain. This is what this low vibratory food and poisons that we're consuming on a daily basis do to our body. When you consume genetically modified, packaged, processed, bottled, canned food, this food doesn't contain any enzymes, guys. No live vibrations in these. So therefore, this is not going to increase your vibrations. The trillion of cells that we have in our electric body are fueled by live enzymes. We need these live enzymes in abundance. You're sick now because your body is craving nutrients and it's not getting them. Oftentimes people have issues with digestion, leaky gut, Crohn's, irritable bowel. All of these are inflammation, guys. They're all inflammation because the digestive system never gets a break. Our digestive system is trying to break down foods that are already nutritionally dead, never to get the amino acids, the live enzymes out. So it's just constantly working, and see, your digestive system needs a break so that you can heal your body. We need to focus on healing the body and not the digestive system working all of the time. So to do that effectively, guys, if you'll start taking this DE, I'm telling you, the only way that this is most beneficial, in my opinion, is to consume it with live enzymes juice. Break the cell wall open and extract the phytonutrients. They're going to go right to work for your body. I recommend combining it. My favorite thing to combine it with is an apple and ginger. Try that at first. I usually combine it with apple, carrot, lemon, ginger, beet, and a little turmeric along with some black pepper. And then I will drink a majority of my juice down. I'll save the last little bit. And then I'll put a teaspoon in my of the DE in my juice and stir it ever so slightly, because remember, the light in the air destroys these precious enzymes. That's how precious they are. So we don't want to be exposing this to any unnecessary stirring any more than we have to. So gently stir it in. Consume this and then fix another juice after it. I'm telling you, fix an apple, carrot, ginger, lemon after that. And this, after you consume your DE, is what I'm referring to. This is how the DE is going to be most effective, in my opinion. It's going to how it's going to disperse properly through the body is by fueling it with enzyme catalyst, such as the live enzymes in the other fruits and the vegetables. Guys, this is really, really going to help you out. Let me tell you how it works, because I'm going to break this down. Many harmful things enter the body, have a positive charge. All toxins are positively charged. Silica is a semiconductive mineral which, when warmed by body heat, becomes negatively charged and gives off electrons. These negatively charged mineral ions and/or individual shells attract bad microbes, free radicals, positively charged waste, and other harmful toxins. This is what we want. Acting as magnets, these negatively charged shells and/or ions attract and absorb positive toxins that are small enough to go through the holes. Food-grade DE particles can excrete toxins safely out of the body. There's a strong charge in each cell, and each cell can absorb a large number of positively charged toxins, whether they be chemical in the form of bacteria, viruses. They pass through the stomach and intestine, taking these harmful substances out of the body. Helps to eliminate from the body these things. Pay real close attention to this: bacteria, parasites, fungi, protozoa, viruses including poliovirus, endotoxins, pesticides, and drug residues, E. coli, heavy metals including methylmercury, and toxins that are produced by intestinal infections. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, how miraculous this product is. Now, let me tell you, on the hardness scale, it's hard. Diamonds are a 9, and the DE is probably around a 7. This is important because as those millions of tiny, hard, and sharp DE cylinders pass through the small and large intestine, they scrub the intestinal walls. After only a few months of consistently taking DE, the intestinal wall is no longer coated with mucus and molds, but very clean. See, we've got to clean our colon. We've got to detoxify our liver. We've got to purify our blood. Part of the silica's job is to do that, guys. That's what silica does. We've all got to start consuming more silica. You know, they sell a lot of really expensive silica supplements on the market, and one that I really like is made by Cell Food. It's an ionic trace mineral formula made primarily of silica. It's $35 for a few ounces. And this DE, you can get so much of this. You can get a 20-pound bag for around $20. But make sure when you're buying it to buy the food grade. I like it to source where it comes from. I don't like all these pop-up overnight companies that start selling these things that are so widely popular now. I like the companies that have been in business a long time, tried and true, and I prefer them to list the mineral content on the bag and source where it comes from. It needs to be all organic, unheated, untreated, of course. Don't just go to your local hardware store and pick some of this up in the pesticide section, because they will have this in the organic pesticide section, but that has a lot of times that has the inert ingredients in it. We do not want to be consuming this form. We don't want to be consuming the calcined form. This form is used for pool filtrations, filters. It's in pool filters, and this is the form that is very dangerous to be consuming and breathing in, very harmful to the lungs. But guys, this message needs to go forth. You need to tell somebody else what this is going to do for your body after you get some healing from this DE. Pass this around, pass this message on, because everybody needs to start taking this. But it helps with one of the most talked about claims on the internet. Read some of these claims on the internet. Is regular bowel movements. It helps us clean our colon. You know, that's very important as we get older. A healthy colon keeps away polyps, cancers, ulcers. We're spending thousands of dollars now on things that are supposed to clean our colon, and they're not being absorbed up in the acidic body. We have got to alkalize certain parts, certain organs of our body. We've got to start consuming more alkalizing foods. This is the problem with the world, is they're consuming acidic forming foods. This is why people are sick. We've got to go back to the beginning. We've got to deprogram from everything that we have ever been taught, and we've got to start consuming live enzymes. And if you want to detoxify your body, start taking this on a daily basis. Go out and get some of this tomorrow, or order some of this online. I order mine online because it comes from a good source, and I've been taking this for a long time. In addition to taking it internally, guys, I sprinkle it on my dog. It helps prevent fleas. It can be taken internally by dogs if they have any kind of worms or parasitic conditions in their body. Very, very good for bed bugs. I'm going to list about 20 different things we can use this for towards the end of this video. A small amount of the DE gets absorbed into the bloodstream as silica, as I had mentioned. One of the benefits of silica is that it helps to destroy bad fats. This is going to be something that was going to help you lose weight. On average, DE lowers cholesterol by 40 to 50 points. Many users have also experienced a decrease in high blood pressure. It's in a lot of our food now, and we just don't realize it. They put it in certain flours as not only anti-caking agents, but also to prevent weevils and to prevent pests from getting inside the flours. Let me also give a disclaimer with this. The FDA has not approved this. Of course they've not approved it because they don't want us to get healthy through natural means. They would rather prescribe a prescription, which is toxic, a chemical, a synthesized chemical that's going to toxify your liver. As we have learned, all of these things toxify the liver. There's no healthy prescription out there, guys. They're all going to do some damage to your body in the long run. Nature has always provided all that we need to heal our body. But the benefits of silica are astronomical. If you want to start having glowing, radiant, vibrant skin, in addition to taking this, I will tell you, you can also make a facial mask with this. Let me just give you a little recipe for that real quick, since I brought that up. If you will take a little manuka honey, here, I'll show you one I've got made down here. This is some manuka honey. There's chaga in that. There's rose, helichrysum, lavender, lang lang, jasmine, copaiba, and then I also put in a little bit of the DE. And if you will work this over the face using small circular motions, preferably with something like this, lapis, Lapis is a high vibratory stone, but if you'll do this a couple of times a week to gently exfoliate the skin, it's a wonderful facial that you can just give yourself, and you're going to look so glowing after you do this a few times. And please know that as you're doing this, you're also taking this internally, so you're working internally to build the collagen up too. And man, after you've taken this a few months, you'll notice that your skin is a little more it's a little more plump. There, some of the fine lines and wrinkles may have been filled in from this. These claims are on the internet too, guys, so read some of them. But anyway, that was just a little helpful tip, because I like to do that. Maybe I don't do it enough, but I usually do that once or twice a year. I'll make this. I'll make a batch of this up, and then I'll just keep it in the fridge and use it periodically. And please know that in the bottom of that, I've got the shungite stone. We've got to be using shungite to protect this ionic charge that this carries. So when you get there, when you get your bag, you want to put it in you want to build a Faraday cage for it, honestly, is what you want to do for it. You want to protect it from all of the low vibrations that are emitting from our outlets in our walls. As we've learned, this is a DC current. This is not a clean current. Tesla harnessed the energy from the air. The water carries charge and vibration. This is how we need to get our energy, not from a toxic source. And these can affect the vibrations of your oils, your herbs, your powders. So build a Faraday cage. I keep mine in a small lined trash can, and it's lined with copper. And then I throw a couple of shungite stones in there, and I just open it up when I'm ready to take some out. I sprinkle it on my dog maybe once a week. I'm around other animals that have fleas sometimes, because I live in a city, and this really protects my dogs from getting these fleas, guys, because how it works to kill the fleas is it's very drying, and the way that it is made, this diatom, it will cut the exoskeleton of all of the parasites, all of the pests, and it cuts this outer exoskeleton away, and then the pest just dries up. This is how they die. You can also use this around your garden. I love to use this around the garden. Wonderful organic natural pesticide that is really going to keep these bugs away from eating our glorious greens. I use quite a bit of it to keep the pest away from the cabbage, the chard, the kale, the lettuce, all of your glorious greens that you need to be growing, because we all need to become farmers to heal the body. But this is going to just sprinkle it on around your garden. You can infuse the soil with it. Now make sure as you're doing this not to get a lot of it in the air. We don't want to be killing our bees or our butterflies. We've got to save those. The world is Roundup ready with toxins raining down from the air, and it's destroying our bees and our butterflies. We're not going to be able to eat before too long, folks, unless we wake up to this and stop some of this madness. But protect your bees and butterflies, so don't just sprinkle it randomly in the air, because we don't want those to die. So be very careful when you're using this. You can also make a mixture and spray your apple trees with it. Very good to keep the worms away from eating your apples. You can mix a solution of this up with a blend like the Thieves essential oil, and you can combine it in a spray bottle with a large amount of the DE and a little bit of shungite infused water or purified water, whatever you're using, and you can spray your bed down. I recommend everybody do this a couple times a year, because we've got bed bugs in our bed and we don't even realize it. And because of this, we've also got these internal pesticides, the parasites rather. We've got pesticides inside too, but we've got internal parasites that we've got to rid. And this is going to be something, if you take internally, you're also going to want to sprinkle it around your carpet, purify your bed with it. But what I do is I put it in a spray bottle, and I do this about once a year on my bed, and I spray it very evenly. You want to get a spray bottle that sprays a very fine mist evenly. Use glass, of course. I always use glass, and then I put a few pieces of shungite down in the bottom, and put as much as you can of that DE in there to where it still sprays out. It's going to be kind of a thick paste, but it's not going to be so thick where it doesn't spray. But spray this around your bed, the corners of your bed, evenly all through the whole bed, and then to make sure you turn the bed over and get the other side. And this is going to help to kill some of the bed bugs in our bed. It's going to really clean our beds, guys. We've got to clean our beds and our carpets. If you have an animal, you've probably got some bacteria and parasites in your carpet. So sprinkle some of this on your carpet from time to time, and it's going to rid these from our carpet. You can use this to clean your home too, guys. It's a mild abrasive. About once a year I make a toothpaste with mine. I make my own toothpaste with coconut oil, and I put a little bit of this in because I drink a lot of juices and beets and things, and these can stain the teeth. So if you're trying to get rid of some coffee stains or something stained on your teeth, don't use these unnatural teeth whiteners, guys. They strip the enamel from your teeth. But we can use this instead, just a little bit. And you don't need to do this very often because it is very abrasive. So it will, long-term use of this will not be good for your enamel, but just a little bit is fine if you want to try to get rid of some stains on the teeth. I do that about once or twice a year as I feel like I need it. But this is going to be something you want to keep in stock at all times because there's so many things that you can do with it. Very good for sore joints. Osteoporosis is part of the free radical process, part of the aging process. And this is what happens is as our calcium is being depleted in our bodies currently. You're taking a calcium supplement, and it's not the proper form, first of all, and second of all, it's not being absorbed. Because we've got toxic bodies. We're not really absorbing many of these supplements, guys, because they're not processed correctly, they're not made correctly. Too much heat and chemicals were involved in the making of these supplements, and then the body is also in a very acidic state, and this is very hard to absorb a nutrient. This is the reason why we need to juice and detoxify our body with the live enzymes. But as we age, our bones become brittle because calcium is leached from our bones to replenish our body. This is the reason why people have weak bones today. People have arthritis, osteoporosis, joint pain. This is going to be something that will help with this because the silica, you have to have large amounts of silica to build up calcium in the body. Evidence suggests that instead of affecting healing, supplementing with a mineral calcium most of the time accelerates the leaching away of bone calcium and thus hastens the degenerative body's self-repair process. That's what this unnatural calcium is doing. It's not being absorbed properly. Silica is responsible for depositing of the minerals into the bones, especially calcium. It speeds up the healing of fractures, and it also reduces scarring at the site of the fracture. Even when calcium is insufficient, the body can turn silica into calcium that the bones need. Very good for healthier skin, as I've mentioned. Overseas, DE is used extensively as a health and beauty product for hair, skin, nails, bones, joints. Tissue degeneration accelerates due to aging when the connective tissue develops an increasing inability to retain moisture if it's left unassisted. So this is going to help to increase the moisture in your body. This is going to help increase the moisture under the dermal layer of your skin. It's going to help retain some of this moisture. Silica literally is kind of the glue that holds us together. If our body has enough silica, the collagen will make us look younger. Silica helps with all skin issues, including itching, rashes, abscesses, boils, acne, warts, eczema, psoriasis, burns, frostbite, benign skin sores, insect bites, bed sores. If you will regularly follow a dosing schedule on this DE, you are going to provide your body with some miraculous healing. I can't stress enough how much I love this. Very good for our hair. It strengthens our hair. If you want to have thicker, lustrous hair, start consuming this on a daily basis. You want to have healthier teeth and gums, hardening the enamel. Silica prevents cavities. It helps to preserve the teeth. Silica also prevents bleeding gums, gum atrophy, gum recession that can cause the loosening of the teeth, which could ultimately lead to tooth loss. Silica helps fight ulceration and the decay of bones and teeth, and also lessens inflammation. Our nail plates are complex protein structures that grow 4 to 5 millimeters per month on average. When silica supplementation is introduced, fragile bones become normal within a very short period of time. Silica will beautify the appearance of your nails, improve their hardness, making them shinier and less prone to breaking. How wonderful is this information? Now, let me give you some tips on how to take this. You've got to start with just a little bit. What I recommend people start with is start with just about a half of a teaspoon. Put it in a full glass of liquid, preferably juice, or shungai infused water. And then mix it in this very good and consume this down, and then mix another 8 to 12 ounces after this of liquids, because this is going to be kind of drying to the body. You've got to flood the body with live enzymes for this to be most effective, guys. This is the key with this. This is what you're not going to find on any other DE video that's out there now. They're not going to tell you to consume mass quantities of live enzymes with this, and this is how you heal your body. We have got to rid the parasites that we have in our intestines, in our gut, and this is going to be something used over a period of long term. You can really rid some of these parasitic conditions. I will tell you this, as you build up, because you're going to take a half a teaspoon once a day, then take half a teaspoon 2 times a day, then take half a teaspoon 3 times a day, then build up to taking a full teaspoon, then build up to taking 2 or 3 full teaspoons a day, whatever you feel like is comfortable for your vibrations. As you detoxify your body more, your body will tell you exactly what it needs, so you'll know naturally when to back off. See, right now no one is listening to their bodies because their body is toxic. The mind is parasitic. No one's thinking clearly. When you detoxify your body will tell you what you need. All we need is the deep breath, and the sun. We can harness energy from the air. But in addition to that, of course, it helps if we flood the trillion of cells in our electric body with live enzymes. That's how they're supposed to be fueled. But build up to taking more and more of this, and you'll find this most beneficial, and you'll reach a plateau with it where you don't feel like you need to consume any more. How I took mine is I took a full teaspoon 3 times a day. And then I even built up, about 49 days after that, I built up to taking even a little bit more than that, maybe 4 or 5 teaspoons a day, and sometimes 6. And, I did that for about 2 years, and now I just maintain about 2 or 3 teaspoons a day. I've kind of leveled off now, but to help build some of the collagen and reverse some of the issues, if you'll take this in a larger quantity. With that being said, don't start with large quantities, because as soon as you take this, you may feel a little digestive discomfort. You may literally feel some things moving around inside you, and this is these parasites, because it's going to work to cut these parasites up so that they can be excreted out of the body. So this is the reason why I recommend to use a buffer like ginger. Fix a large glass of apple ginger lemon, and then take your DE in this. And this is how you can eliminate some of these upset digestive issues that we may have with this, because the ginger will act as a buffer. That's a little helpful tip there, because if you take large quantities of this in the beginning, it could be very, very upsetting to the stomach, because it works quickly to rid parasites. Now, most people experience some sort of parasite removal after they've started consuming this about 2 weeks. You'll notice, watch your stools. Our stools can tell us a lot about our body. But you'll notice about two weeks after this, you'll have a heavy mucus discharge in your stool. Now, if it's not 2 weeks, don't give up on it. Keep on with it. And what a lot of times people experience, they'll have a couple of these for a couple of times a day, and then a couple of months later, they'll have more be expelled, and this is how parasitic the body is. We've got to work oftentimes a very long time to remove these parasites inside our body. They go all the way up to our brain, and the brain is the hardest parasites to remove. This is why we also need to be using essential oils after we've taken this for a few months. You want to start a heavy essential oil lifestyle to where you're consuming vibrations like that as well to remove some of these parasitic conditions. Stay tuned for my parasite video because I'll break that down further. But anyway, start taking this, guys. You're going to, you want to be drinking a lot of water with this, or you may very well get bound up. You will be dehydrated, and you could also be constipated if you don't consume enough water with this. Very good for putting around your home to keep bugs from getting inside your home. You can use it as a fridge deodorizer. You can use it as a garbage can deodorizer. You can make your own deodorant with it. I make my own deodorant with it, and I use a base of coconut oil along with essential oils. Very good for food storage. If you're trying to store something, you can put a bit of this in, and it'll keep out the weevils, the beetles, all the little pests. Very good for our cholesterol. There's a study. Let me see if I can find the study because I did print it, I think. Yeah, let me read this real quick. 1998, in this study, a potential influence of DE was used to see if it would lower the blood cholesterol after it was ingested. During 12 weeks, they monitored serum lipid concentrations of 19 healthy individuals with a history of moderate high cholesterol levels. Individuals administered orally 250 milligrams of DE 3 times daily during an 8-week observation period. Serum concentrations of cholesterol, high-density lipoprotein cholesterol, low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, and triglyceride levels were measured before study entry. Every second week during the period of DE intake and 4 weeks after the stop of intake compared to baseline DE intake was associated with a significant reduction of serum cholesterol at any time point, reaching a minimum on week 6. Also, low-density lipoprotein cholesterol and triglycerides levels were decreased. How divine is this information? So it's very, very good for, silica is associated with a lot of sclerosis issues in the body. So we've got to, if you've got a child that's got autism or locked down with some sort of heavy metal poisoning, this is going to be something that you can start introducing to them, and it will help to rid some of the heavy metals in the body, guys, and it'll help to nourish the body. We're sick because our cells aren't nourished. This is going to help to nourish everything, in my opinion. So start taking this on a daily basis. Include it with the zeolite. I take it with the zeolite often. Because zeolite helps to pull heavy metals and toxins out of the body as well, but it leaves the nutrients alone. So that's going to be something you can combine it with. You cannot combine it with clays or anything else. No, just leave the DE alone and consume it by itself with just the live enzymes. This is how it's going to be most beneficial to you, in my opinion, other than the exception being maybe the zeolite, the clinoptilolite. But start to consume this. In my opinion, it's safe for children. As if you know how your child resonates and vibrates, you know what they've taken in the past, and because after you start taking this yourself, you're going to feel the vibration of it, and you're going to feel like it's relatively healthy. You're going to start taking this and start feeling better instantly. You're going to want to take more of it. So in my opinion, of course, it's safe in small quantities to give to children. Now, infants, use your common sense. I don't think a lot of times infants need too much of this, but in my opinion, a small dose of this would probably be perfectly fine because it's just nutrients. It's just silica, guys. That's all it is. But these are ground up tiny little shards of silica, so this is kind of like glass. So we don't want to be taking large quantities of this at any given point because it could cause some digestive discomfort, but all of it will be passed out. But, infants, if you've got an infant that's really depleted or nutrient deficient, I don't see any reason why you couldn't put just a little bit, an eighth of a teaspoon or whatever, and they could consume it this way with a whole whole lot of juice. This is the key with this, is a lot of live enzymes with it. I can't say that enough. I can't stress that enough. But use your common sense with infants and toddlers. Not real safe for breastfeeding women if the mother is toxic. We don't want to be expelling these toxins through the breast milk. If the mother is clean and has taken this in the past, I see no issues with that. But because this is just silica, you're just nourishing the body with this. But don't start a healthy lifestyle with this as you're nursing your child and you know your body is toxic. That does not make any sense. We don't want to be passing additional toxins to our baby. If you want to detoxify the body while you're nursing, juice. Break that cell wall open, extract the phytonutrients. This way they're bioavailable to the body and your digestive system gets a complete break. The enzyme absorption starts in the jawline, so that's how you heal your body. Start taking this. Build up to take more and more of it. You will get a lot of benefit from this. I can't stress enough how much I love this and how important it is to take it with live enzymes. If you want to watch my longer video on this, I rambled for about an hour and I probably gave a few different tips than I did in this video. I didn't like the way that one turned out. I stumbled a lot and I said a lot. I say the word guys a lot. Please know that applies to you ladies too. That's just how I talk. I know I've taken a lot of heat on some of my videos where I'm getting criticized for how much I say guys, and I'm going to talk however I want to talk, and if it offends people, it offends people. I'm not here to please people. I'm here to spread the message of truth and healing and love. We all need to start resonating and vibrating in love. This is how the world is collectively going to awake. We've got to tap into the divine, blissful energy after we silence the mind. God is love. Love is the highest vibration, and this is what we all need to be connected to. This divine energy is going to heal your body. Have a great day. Peace, love, and positive vibrations. Get your juice on and start taking this. Start with half a teaspoon and build up to taking the full teaspoon a couple of times a day, and you're going to really, really benefit from this, guys. This is really going to help you. Have a great day. I appreciate you all. Stay tuned for my Shungite video, and I will also do one on parasites soon.